Welcome to Life Devotions. I'm Robert Maasbach. One of the great events in history is when Israel was in Egypt for 430 years. And they were led out of Egypt by the strong hand of the Lord. What phenomenal miracles took place there. How God humbled the idol gods of the Egyptians and exalted his name to show them who the true God is. And I believe there's never a time in history where God is not looking to open our eyes and show us his might and his power to help us believe that there is a real God who cares about us. He led those people, some 2 million of them, out of that land. And he brought them through miraculously the Red Sea. I know some people jokingly say, oh, it was only 2 feet deep. But that would make the miracle even bigger, that those great army of the Egyptians were buried in 2 feet of water. No, friends, however you like to turn it, God's miracles are real. God's miracles are true. And they're here for today. I believe in miracles because I believe in God. And I believe in God. And I believe in miracles today. And I believe that the miracle is where God exalts his name over your life, in whatever measure that may be. You know, for a little boy who had a few loaves and fishes, placing them in the hands of Jesus, and he took those loaves and fishes and broke them, and he fed a multitude with them. That was no small miracle. In other words, God cares as much about our sustenance as he does about any other thing that we may need. So you may need a miracle for your provision. Or maybe you need a miracle for your body. One of the first great covenants that God made with his people when he led them to freedom was a healing covenant. They came to a place called Merah, which means bitter. The only water that they had for them to drink was bitter. It was full of iron and magnesium to the point it was so bitter they could not take it in their mouth. And Moses cried out to the Lord, and the Lord showed him a tree. And he chopped that tree down and put it into the water, and the water became sweet. And whatever that may represent, there's so many examples we could take out of it, but one of the most important things that for us to learn from it is that the Lord knows how to take the things that are bitter and make them sweet. Sometimes a relationship has gone bitter. Sometimes our heart and our mind has gone bitter. Sometimes our business has gone bitter. Sometimes family relationships have gone bitter. And God wants you to know, don't give up. Come to me. Call upon me. And I will show you a way to turn the bitter to sweet again. I will turn those things that have gone bad to good again. And the Lord said to Israel from that moment, he said, if you listen to me, and if you're willing to do what I say, then you'll discover that I am the Lord who heals you. Friends, our healing is not always physical. Sometimes it's emotional. Sometimes it's mental. Sometimes it's in a relationship with a loved one. And I want to encourage you, go to God about these things and let him make the bitter sweet for you today.